Hey all, welcome back to the channel, and today, while I don't have a bot in my hand, we're going to look at several bots. Many of them of varying quality. This is a Transformers odds and ends, but everything here is going to be some sort of a Transformers offering, or third party, or KO, so to speak. It's stuff that I've kind of amassed from a few orders and whatnot. You'll see. Trust me, you'll see. Some of it's good, some of it's rough, some of it's downright bad. Stick around, because our odds and ends is going to be the focus this time around in the latest GotBot True review. Hey all, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, man, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe, and while you're at it, loud of my baby. And hit that notification bell, please. It helps me out a ton. It lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all my social media links. All of those things, man, in the description down below. If you are in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link, check us out on Patreon, see what we offer to you through Teespring, or of course hit the join button right here on YouTube, man. Become a channel member. And as I said, this is going to be a bunch of odds and ends. We have a couple of Bumblebees, one of which is a surprise to me. We've got a couple of Optimus Primes. We've got a couple that their conversion is a little iffy, a couple that work well, a couple that have some surprises, one that's... it's rough, but it shouldn't have been. It should have actually been pretty good. It's going to be an interesting go-around. We don't have other merchandise this time. Everything is some sort of a transforming thing. It's just a matter of the quality. So without any further ado, how about we head over to the table and take a closer look at these guys. Yes, it's time for one of those Transformers odds and ends reviews. This is a hodgepodge of third-party KO type of things. All of this came from Tortoise, and I'm only kind of now getting around to looking at it, and rather than doing an individual review, I'm going to review all of this. I'll put, like, you know, links. If any of this interests you, I'll put some links and stuff in the description so we'll be able to kind of see how it goes. We're going to do one thing at a time as usual. All of this is transformable, really, I think. We're going to see as we go through one at a time, and we're going to kick things off first with our oversized headmasters. And yes, indeed, as promised, we're starting off with a couple of oversized headmasters. This is obviously the Titans Return Sentinel Prime. Not a clue who this is supposed to be. Nevertheless, though this one looks kind of Rhinox-ish, or I don't know, Dinobot-ish? I'm not sure whose head this is. They transform the same way. You stand them up, and the head does actually... if I can get it, come out and lock. So I guess we'll stand him up. Same with this guy. Do the same, and we pull that head out, and they can both stand up. The arms can go forward, a little out to the side because they're on ball joints, nothing at the head. Seated position, and the lower legs are joined. If you know the Titan Masters, then you know these Headmaster guys. Nothing special, but kind of cool, kind of neat if you're sort of like giant Headmaster heads. Then next up we have a model kit for Destroyer Strong Force, and this is one of, I think, 3. And I say model kit because I did have to put this together. It's not hard, but the instructions aren't great either. There's one that turns into a sword, another that turns into like a cannon thing, and then another that really turns into like an embankment, so that you can turn this into like an anti-aircraft, like 3-piece combined thing. This turns into kind of a sword. In this mode we have arms that can go all the way around, sort of ratcheted we'll say, and legs that are kind of loosely, well, I mean they're ratcheted, it's just, that's all they're doing. No knees, no elbows, no out to the side, nothing like that. In terms of transformation, we fold that blade up over. It does have a like bunch of stickers on it. These arms stay back, and then we fold the legs up, and really what you're looking to do is there's a way to keep the sword handle. What did I just do wrong here? I did something wrong here because this popped off and it shouldn't pop off. Okay, take two. So the legs actually fold up this way. And they fold all the way in, or they should fold all the way in. That handle comes up like that, and then this is your, like, sword. I guess it's a cool looking sword. It's just the actual robot isn't the most functional thing in the world. It feels very Arms Micronish to me. So, I don't know, like, neat sword, limited robot. Okay, next up we have the KLKN Transformables Starscream. Actually, it's a part of a 2-pack. I don't have the Scavenger, but I do have the Starscream, and I love the paint here. Like, the paint and the molding is actually really kind of beautiful. Now, to be fair, the back of the head is like completely hollow. Like, it, you know, the back of the legs completely hollow. It is what it is. The arms, they can kind of go. I'll take his wings off. The arms can go like all the way around if you're so inclined. The legs can't really do much to go forward. They can't do a whole lot to go back, but they can turn to the side, kind of, sorta. The head, it can go back, so like the articulation is somewhat limited, but the metallic paint all over this thing is beautiful. In the bag with him was this blaster, which I don't know if he could even hold it, to be honest with you. I feel like his hands might be too, like, I feel like the ports in his hands might be too small, but a neat blaster and a sword, a very piratey looking sword. And then two what I'm going to call null rays, but he comes with like null rays that don't attach, so I'm not really sure where those go. And there's nothing when I see images of him that really indicates where that should go. So yeah, sort of a guessing game, really. Now, this does transform, if you will, in kinda sort of a way. The wings come off. Now there's a little rectangular tab there on the wings, and it really goes into this slot down here. By rights, while I had them up that way, these should be turned around and put on this way. So like by rights, his wings are supposed to be down, but you can have them facing up if you want. Why are they supposed to be down? Well, they're supposed to be down for the transformation. And we do that by taking the legs and turning them, taking the legs and turning them. And the arms, they will come straight forward and straight forward. Some would turn them this way so that the null rays are down, but that's totally up to you. The head comes back and the nose of, we'll say, the jet comes up. So this, in the end, is his plane mode. A couple of things that you could do. Again, I would advise keeping the legs that way. In terms of the arms, some people do still opt to bring the arms down that way. That's up to you if you want to do it that way. Some people just leave them forward, and some people, of course, bend them down like I had them. So there's a couple of options there with that. Obviously it's very stylized, but like it converts. It's a neat little robot. It's obviously a robot underneath a plane and on it and a head on top of it, but like it's all right. It's very niche, but it's a cute little Starscream to have on the shelf, and the paint is gorgeous. In similar fashion, we have the KLKN Transformable, I guess, Tiny Optimus Prime. To be fair, apparently there's like a Bumblebee that can go with this, that like these can work as like combiner parts for. It's a bit strange, but there's a bunch of like combiner, I don't want to say combiner pegs. There's a bunch of pegs and ports, so there's ways you could use it for that. This is, of course, like our truck mode. He comes again with this big blaster. Maybe it's meant to go with that combined up Bumblebee, but like he can't really wield it per se. He comes with this piece as well. I'm assuming it's a shield or like a backpack piece. He could probably hold this in his hand. We will see. And he comes with this red blaster that he can hold in his hand. Again, he's part of a 2-pack with one of the Constructicons, notably Hook, if I'm not mistaken. To do the transformation here, again, pretty simple. Oh, by the way, the tires in the back and front, they're all false, right? They're all not real tires, faux tires, as the saying goes. We should be able to bring down the waist. We should be able to rotate at the waist, bring the arms down, and rotate the arms down, and this is our little Optimus Prime. And again, he can take that there, and will the other one be able to fit in his hand? I don't think I can get the other one to fit in his hand either, but there you go. Just like with the Starscream, arm can go all the way around. This one has a butterfly, and then it can go out because of transformation. The legs don't go forward very far, don't go back very far. Can kind of do a swivel there, no knee. So again, beautiful metallic-y paint, neat little, weird little truck mode, and kind of a cool mode here. I assume that for the connection, connector, combiner type of thing, you could take this guy and really do, I'm going to say one of two things with him. Actually, maybe just one. I think you use these two pegs on the back, and that's how you attach this guy as like an arm of the combiner, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, and by the way, it's kind of fitting to do this now. For anybody who was already screaming at the camera, I figured out after that this is Galvatron's head. I wouldn't have recognized this or know it because I didn't have the Titans Return Galvatron. I've never seen the head, so I didn't know that that's Galvatron, but that's who it is. And then next we have this version of Bumblebee, and who doesn't like a Bumblebee in their life? I mean, the answer is probably me. I don't like a Bumblebee in my life. But this one has, again, beautiful metallic-y paint. I really do dig it. I don't have a clue how to transform this, so this is going to be interesting. The doors open, seemingly all the way out. This comes up. These legs will fold down and split. Yeah, the split. Oh, that angles back just a little bit. That angles back just a little bit. We do have a knee, which is actually kind of nice. Kind of dig that. Obviously, the front of the body is here. Arm comes down and out. Arm comes down and out. And rotate out. And I assume... Oh, I just popped the back off, but we do bring the head down. Obviously, that's gone a little off camera. I need to pop the back on, and we will readjust things so that we can see him in all of his robot glory. My mistake. I had to just pop the back on once again. But in the end, not too bad of a Bumblebee. Obviously, a highly stylized head. Really, really metallic looking, though, so I sort of dig that. The transformation first is pretty good. I'm going to say that, all things considered, it's intuitive. It makes sense for Bumblebee. I don't know. We'll say a 5 or 6. It's fine. The plastic doesn't feel the best, but it's functional. The articulation, once you have it done, the head doesn't really do anything, but the arms, they can go like really all the way around. We do have a swivel and an elbow, nothing at the wrist, so he's kind of gorilla armed. Arms can go all the way out though. This gives him like he can look up, no waist. The leg can go all the way out to the side, it can go back, it can go forward all the way. We do have a nice 90-degree at the knee, and the ankles can go forward and back, no tilt, but I mean, it's, for something that you wouldn't expect to be like super functional or anything, it's not that bad. It's not an official Bumblebee, but like, certainly could function as like cannon fodder or something like that in a stop motion series. Certainly I guess a fine enough little fill in for anybody who might like a neat little bee to fiddle with. By the way, discovered after I took him off camera that these pieces come up to give him a couple of shoulder cannons. Neat little touch, like the guy actually. And next up we have ourselves a little Micromaster, and for this Micromaster we open that out, although I think they're supposed to stay down like that for his feet if I'm not mistaken, and the arms flip around this way, I do believe. I think that might be it for him. Little bit of a weird one here, I'm not gonna lie. For the record, there's his horrific glob of a face. I also forgot to turn him at the waist. And this little oddity has arms that can go, you know, fair enough all the way around. I guess he can like lean back and fall forward. I don't know if you call it ankle or knees. His globby little head is weird. Usually I like these little Micromaster guys, and like, maybe this is a Minicon rather than a Micromaster. It is a weird design. That's what I'm going to say. The transformation is still simplistic. I do like that there's a waist as well. I didn't show that, but because of the transformation, there's a waist. So it's all right. It's just, it's weird. I can't place who the character is, which makes me think it might be a Minicon rather than a Micromaster, which are two different things. So we bring that around again, and we bring this around again, and like, there he is back. It's too bad that we didn't have some windows painted on the side. Easy, neat, cute, but, you know, pretty ordinary. Okay, pardon the cut. I really wasn't sure how to transform this thing. I do now, and color me surprised. It is more involved, like I said. So we take that piece off, and then, honestly, as we start to bring the arms out, this piece will come off. I don't know if it's supposed to, but it seems like it should. It doesn't peg in there the best anyway. So we lift the arms off, and we lift up these couple of back sections here. The arms are on ball joints, so assuming you don't break the ball joints, lift an arm up, and then this one over here, we should be able to also lift an arm up. Now this is where things kind of get a little bit bonkers and interesting. So we have this armature down bottom, and we'll swing that all the way down. The front here, you do, in fact, split it. Out to the side, out to the side. And now we have a little peg in there. And this whole, I'll say, torso is going to come up into that peg and come down here and then rotate around. Then you're going to extend the legs out and I guess kind of bring those pieces down on the side. The arms, they'll rotate down thusly, and same on the other side, rotates down. If you want, you can take those pieces off. I'll show that in a moment as well. And then last but not least, if you can do it, you gotta get the head out from in here. Not an easy task. Pull it up and lock it in place, and wouldn't you know it, it's Bumblebee! As I back things up here, I'm not gonna lie, I did not expect Bumblebee to be who we would see. So, the very tips can come off. It's just molded in, looks like exhaust pipes there, so you can keep the tips on or take them off if you want. He obviously can hold his maple leaf, I don't know what it is, over in his other hand. He could hold this spoiler in his hand. The sword, the first sword, I assume that, yeah, that fits in his hand, no problem. The pirate sword for Pirate B. Yeah, he holds that all right as well. I don't know what you would do with this piece, that just seems to be off to the side, but this big blaster, oh yeah, he can hold it. And his arm even stays up when he's holding it. Not bad, actually. Transformation 10, I think it's kind of ingenious and brilliant. I didn't even expect it to be Bumblebee. That sort of surprised me. Love it. In terms of look for Bumblebee, like, I immediately recognize it's Bumblebee. The paint that's on it is a nice metallic gunmetal gray. Honestly, stylized as it is, I'm going to say this is an 8. The articulation, the arms can go, you know, I'll say all the way around on a ball joint, but I don't know how good the longevity on that ball joint will be. The arms can go out. We have an elbow to, well, a super deep elbow. Anything at the wrist? Nothing at the wrist. Head, nothing at the head. We do have a waist. That's cool. The hips, not much out to the side. Like, that's about it. No ankle tilt. No knee, but the leg can go back and it can go forward. So, upper body, pretty well posed, or pretty well articulated. Lower body, not so well articulated. Obviously, a knee would be nice. I mean, the articulation's probably a 5, you know. It could be better. There's no doubt about it. But, that being said, this was kind of charming. I didn't know it was Bumblebee. And next we have a character that I don't know who it is. I see a little bit of crosshairs here. I see a little bit of Roadbuster. I see a little bit of Springer. It looks like he can be this vehicle that rolls well. And if you want, I guess he could be a helicopter. I don't know if there's anything else you have to do with the transformation. Again, I don't have any... Ooh, can I take this out? I don't have any instructions, so I kind of a wish and a prayer type of thing going on. By the way, the blades do come apart. That's deliberate, so maybe he can wield them. I don't know. But he rolls all right, I guess. Real hollow underneath, but I don't think that would shock anybody. The legs, they fold. The legs fold down, I guess. This one popped off. Oh, tire popped off here too. Oh, heavens to Betsy. That's what I said, heavens to Betsy. I'm gonna get the stuff that popped off back on and back the camera up a bit. Okay, so I've got that leg on. For the record, the leg only connects on one end with a fairly short piece that pushes in there. Then we untab these from these little tiny teeny tabs over on the side here. And I'm gonna say we fold. Oof, oof, oof. Oh, okay. So this is a Springer. There's no doubt about it. This is a Springer. So you fold the legs down like that, and then you would put this up here to get the helicopter mode. And this whole front of his body just kind of came off here. I'm gonna bring these arms down. Oof. I'm not gonna lie, man. Instructions would really help this. Maybe. Oh, that's what we do. Oh, hope you guys are following this, man. Hope you guys are following what I'm putting down here. Oh, heavens. That's how he will stand up, though. Woo. Woo, baby. Can he turn at the waist? Do I dare? He does turn at the waist. Oh, my goodness. Oh my goodness, I'm getting more blown away actually the more I'm fiddling with this guy. Let me explain why, because it's looked really rough so far. Okay, so to call this a good Springer is obviously an abomination because it's not. It is Springer though. The colors are all off, the body is right, so it's like a 1. The articulation, okay, so the head does nothing. The arms can kinda go around. They sort of go out a little bit, but you'll pop them off with the ball peg pretty easily. The hands are always facing this way because there's no elbow, there's no wrist swivel or anything, but we do have a waist. We do have legs all the way forward. We do have legs all the way back. We have a knee that's super deep. Nothing at the ankle. Now, it's charming in that it does more and is a little more complex than I thought it was because I had no instructions. A lot of things are toleranced poorly here. That's why pieces pop off. Like mushroom pegs have a lot of flashing and whatnot left on them. So the transformation is probably, by rights, engineering-wise, the transformation is probably a 7.5, 8. But, I mean, the materials, obviously, as a KO, is not good. The articulation is probably a 4, you know, 5. The arms are pretty lackluster. So, we, again, can take these, I'll say arm blades. Like, they can be his arm lady blade weapon thingies. We could take this whole piece and bring it up, but these mushroom pegs are real rough and pop out like, you know, like that, right? Like they pop out super duper easy. Not great in, you know, in that regard. We bring the arms down and What you can do, actually, I guess I should do it this way, is have this up, fold. Look, I'm even going to take those off. Fold these up underneath. Turn at the waist, fold them up underneath, bring this down. Then you can take these pieces and put one on that side, and this other one, we come here and we can put that on. Like we're using this little peg hole here, right? Put that on. This side, I think. Yeah. Then we would bring those down and peg them in. This came off again. Oh, this is rough, man. The QC here on this is real rough. And then we would put this in there. There's his proper helicopter that I didn't really show earlier. But yeah. Interesting engineering. I mean, all three modes are accomplished. The tolerances, the story here are terrible KO, terrible tolerances, and it might just be my copy, but that front likes to just pretty much fall off. Overall, I'm gonna have to say that this is a pretty big failure on my copy. I mean, if you get a copy that's good, kind of charming, but my copy is not. Well, we go from Bumblebee and kind of a sad Springer to Optimus Prime, man. Everybody likes Optimus Prime, right? And this is obviously movie Optimus Prime. He comes with this thing that you can put this sword blast effect on. It's supposed to have, I don't know, I'm going to say LR41 probably batteries that go in right here. And when you press this, it would light up. You can put this sword effect on it, or you could put this axe effect on it. I think I kind of prefer the axe one, to be honest with you, just because Optimus isn't really known for his axe, even though arguably movie Optimus is known for his sword. And he also comes with this other weird, cool sword. I assume he'll be able to hold this in his hand. In truck mode, it's a lot of unpainted blue. I feel like these tires are a different size than these. It doesn't sit straight. The chest is obviously down. It doesn't roll great. It's a KO, right? It is what it is. In terms of transformation, I don't know. But let's put down feet. That seems like a good thing to do. Then we'll have arms that'll come out. I don't know. I might break this. Maybe these pieces come up. Oh, they flip down on the back. There you go. Those pieces flip down on the back. Then we could take out the arms. Oh, that makes kind of sort of sense. And then I assume that somehow this will come. Does that come down on the back? The legs split, by the way. Let me check out this part and see if that comes down on the back. It might not, though. I'm figuring it probably does. Okay, now I've got it. We got to split the hood. Then we can bring this down on the back. And before we bring the arms out, we take the hood and we do that and we do that. Then we bring the arms all the way out. And I'm pretty sure, because I had the, what was it? Like action something, Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime, that had the swords on the side. I can't remember now. It was like a fast action battler, I think. This is very similar to that in terms of the arms. You can bring out the double sword things, but they're upside down because the arms run backwards. So this way, you can bend that far, but the elbow does get a full 90. It's just, you can't, there doesn't seem to be a way to like turn it. I don't know if they're on incorrect or what. The transformation has some interesting parts to it. To say it's good would be a lie. And I'll say it's a 4. I just popped that leg off of the ball joint because, you know, why not? The look of the guy, I mean, you know, it's Optimus, you know, or like his, you know, cousin who, you know, came to town for a visit for a week, and that week has turned into, you know, a month, and then 6 months, and now he's just freeloader Prime. Elbow up to there, I guess. No wrist, no waist. The legs don't do a whole. There's some wiggle at the knee and wiggle at the hip. It's an okay looking Optimus, but its functionality is weird. I don't see any holes in the hand, so I see no way for him to hold his sword or anything, but whatever. Drill some holes in the hands yourself. What do you want me to do? Solve all the world's problems? I don't know. It's a KO Optimus. It is what it is, right? And then that brings us to the finale of this showcase of oddities. Now, these 4 are pretty charming. They are oversized versions of, I think, the Decepticon cassettes. Maybe Decepticon and Autobot. This is a pack of 4. I already looked at, I think it's Slugfest here, but this one is slightly different because when I looked at him before, I did not have the accessories that he's supposed to have. So, very quickly, we're going to look at each one of these, and we're going to go back to Slugfest here first, since he's the one that's familiar already. Okay, so for our boy Slugfest, we bring down the legs and we bring down these legs. We bring out the head and we bring that down. And we bring out his tail and we bring that down and we turn him over basically and give him a shake to get his plates up. And then, unlike the last time we looked at him, by the way, with the last time I don't think I realized how to get the plates up. We now take these accessories and this one goes attached on that side and this one goes attached on that side, just like that. I mean, it's very G1-ish, so the articulation is pretty darn limited. Neat, going from him, we have this blue boy next, and see if I can figure this out. So the 2 legs come down. That comes out and opens up. This comes out and opens up. And I guess these come up and his head flips out? Yeah, his head flips out. Obviously this is going to be Rat-Bat. I'll say this. This version of this mold is pretty loose. Mine happens to be loose. So we take this and we put it back there, and we take this other one and it goes in there, and yeah, Rat-Bat. Little blue face. Does his mouth open, I wonder? Wouldn't it'd be cool if it did. Nah, I don't think it does. I don't think it opens. The bat wings, they can go like up in the little, you know, flip there. A lot of detail molded in there. The feet down here, the little feet are pretty loose, but like, yeah, it's definitely Rat-Bat. I would advise using the bat wings to help you, but there it goes. So we have a Slugfest and a Rat-Bat. Oh, we might as well have a look at the Autobot side of things. At least I think it's the Autobot side. I'm pretty sure that this is Steeljaw. Those legs come down, those legs come down. Then this... yeah, that comes out there, and this tail comes out. We extend the body a little bit, we angle that down. And then we have to put the, I guess I'll say his like winged pieces on. And that would go in right there. Yeah. And then on the other side, same thing, it would go in right there. Thusly, like that. Neat little transformation. One of my preferred ones, actually. See if I can make the guy kind of stand up here. because of course his legs are real close together. There. One of my preferred ones. Actually, I like this. It's very much based on the Ravage mold, but neat, I guess. And that only leaves one. And sticking with the Autobots, we come here and we fold that out. We fold this out. Yeah, it's gonna be ram horn, baby. Bring down those legs. Bring down those kind of back hooves, I suppose. And then this guy comes with his, yeah, he comes with that, and he comes with that. Oh yeah, baby. I really like this one. I think it turned out really well. Really well. I think this might be my favorite of the batch. But that being said, all four of these are pretty neat. So in the end, I think it's suffice to say that we've gone down another really peculiar road here today. Some of these are pretty successful, some of these are quirky, and some of these are actually pretty great. Well done. If I was to pick out kind of the worst items here, I would probably say, you know, from my perspective, I would probably say the Springer. Not even because I detest it, but because the tolerances are just rough on it. If I was to pick out the best, it's probably either the Oversized G1 cassettes. They're very well made and very nice. Or, honestly, probably this Bumblebee that turned into the Cybertronian motorbike thing. I did not expect it to be a Bumblebee. And I didn't expect that we were going to have to do as much involved movement with the transformation as we did. That in and of itself is kind of charming. Everything else is kind of in between, and what you think of it will really depend on how much you like the quirky and how much you like to go for a little bit of a walk on the wild side when it comes to your collecting habits. And here we are once again, and I'm going to just say it now. I think the kind of diamond in the rough is that weird Bumblebee that turned into a motorcycle thing, I guess. Even though the plastic feels kind of thin on it, the transformation is pretty involved. It's really actually quite interesting. The other Bumblebee is okay. I think the best paint goes to the little, I don't know what they are, the Optimus and the Starscream, that when they transform their head stays there and the back of the head was hollow and whatnot. The paint on those is done really nicely, even if everything else is pretty lackluster. But they have a presence on the shelf, like they look really beautiful. Then we have the Springer. The Springer is a bit of a sad story. Honestly, I think that could have been a decent job. I think it could have been pretty good had it been done better than what it was. The tolerances are real bad, man. Real bad. The color was rough, but the tolerances are real bad. Parts like to pop off a lot, and a lot of it boils down to the like mushroom pegs and whatnot that were used. I don't feel like anything's going to break on it, but I don't feel like anything is done right on it. It could have also certainly benefited from having elbows. Not gonna lie, the arms could have been better. So, bit of a hodgepodge, but I hope that you had fun. Let me know what stood out as the best and the worst to you from this Odds and Ends episode. I appreciate you guys coming by, give me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you are in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we offer to you through Teespring, or of course hit the join button right here on YouTube to become a channel member. While you're at it, man, you can hit the subscribe button, and if you're interested in any of the items that you're seeing today, I'll have links to Tortoise, which is where I bought them from, down in the description. And I guess that's about it. The only thing left to say is, somehow, someway, each and every solitary single day, you right there do make a difference, and I look forward, baby, to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights, at the stop motion premieres, or the old fashioned, baby, right here inside the videos.